Hello everyone, welcome to this video. So in this video I'm going to show you how to use the user snippets in Visual Studio Code. So basically you'll be able to save some piece of code, and if you add a prefix it will simply add the code there. So there is actually one snippet that almost everybody knows. So when you create an HTML file, all you have to do is you press Shift1. So what this is going to do is that it's going to add this exclamation mark, and then what you'll have to do is you press tab or enter. You'll see that it will add all of the snippet here. So this is all of the HTML code, and if you want to create something like this, so I want to create my own snippet. Alright, so I'll show you how to do that. So right now I'm gonna leave this one here, and I'm going to click on File at the top left, then I'm going to go to Preferences, then go to User Snippets. So one click on it and it will show you all of these languages. So I'm gonna simply choose HTML here, and as you notice it will show you something similar to this one. But what I'm gonna do here is that you see these are commented out, and right here it tells you what to do. So right here you see it tells you this is a prefix, and it says place your snippets, everything. If you want you can read this, but I'm just gonna get rid of it now. So the first thing that I want to do is that I want to get rid of these comments. So to do that, what you could do is that you could press Control H, and then it will show you this. So now what you'll need to do is that you'll need to add 2 forward slashes here, and it will highlight all of them right here. So now I'm gonna put a space in the next one, so I'm just gonna put an empty space here, and I'm gonna click on this little thing that says replace all, or you can press Ctrl Alt Enter and that will do it. So now I'm gonna click it, and you see the comments are gone. So now you see this is the prefix and everything. So I'm just gonna get rid of this text here. Alright, and I'm just gonna keep this one here. So this is the prefix. So let's say that this one will be paragraphs. Alright, so I'm gonna add the letter P here, and I'm gonna simply add 3 paragraphs here. So this will be the opening paragraph. Alright, by the way, you'll be able to add any tag that you want here. And now if I type in the prefix P, and then if I press enter, it should add 3 paragraphs. So let's go back to the HTML document. So now if I press P here, and now I'm gonna press tab or enter, you see it has added 3 paragraphs. So now let's go back to the HTML, and this is JSON, by the way. So we are using JSON. You see this is just like the key value pairs. So right now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna copy this one. Alright, and I'm gonna add a comma here, and I'm gonna add another one. So let me just rename it to, I don't know, let's see, a divs. Alright, so divs console. I'm gonna change this to divs. Alright, so when I type in the word divs, it's going to add 3 divs. So let me add more divs here. So that's 1. Alright, so I have done that, and now I'm gonna save this. So you see we have 2 of them. So if we type in P, it should add the paragraphs, and right here you see if I type in divs, it should add 3 divs. So now let's go back to the HTML document, and now let's type in divs. So divs, you see it shows you the suggestion. So if you just type in divs, if you press tab now or enter, it will simply add that snippet there. So you see we have added 3 paragraphs and 3 divs. And you can do this with other languages too. So for example, CSS. So let's do one with the CSS. So I'm gonna close this one now, and I'm gonna close this HTML document, so don't save. Now I'm gonna go to File, Preferences, then we are going to click on Snippets, User Snippets. So now you see we have all of these languages just like we did, and right here I'm gonna click on CSS JSON. So right here you see I have made some changes here. This one for example says prefix class. I just added the word class there, and right here it says body. So this is what's going to happen. So I want to, for example, add a class selector. So dot class, all right. So it will be dot class and then two curly braces. So it will insert that when I type in the word class inside of a CSS document. So now it will add that, and I'm gonna add an ID here. So ID selector, all right. So class ID, all right. So class, when I type in class ID, it should add these two selectors. So I'm gonna go to file, save. All right, so I have it saved now. Now let me create a new CSS file. So let me go to file, new, and I'm gonna click on plain text and change it to CSS. So CSS right here. So now if I type in class ID and if I press tab, it will add these two selectors. You see how it added the class and the ID. So this way you'll be able to, use your own snippets, and you'll be able to do a lot. For example, if you want to use media query or something like that, you can do that also. So now you can create more snippets, alright? So we have created this basic snippet here, but now if you want to create another one, it's really easy. All you have to do is that you'll have to copy this object here, alright? So just copy it, and then you'll add a comma here, so comma, and then paste it right there, alright? So we have exactly the same thing. So we are going to rename it to a different thing. So we will call this one headlines, for example, and I'm going to change the prefix to headline also. So headlines, alright? And right here, instead of creating the class and the ID, so I want to simply change it to age 1, just like that, alright? So this will select age 1 and this will select age 2, alright? And we can add a comma here, for example, and we can just copy this one. So let me just copy this one. So this will select all of the headlines, so age 4 and age 5. So age 5, and we have one more, so age 6, alright? So age 6. I'm gonna delete this one there. So we have the headlines, the prefix is headlines. So this description right here is just optional, but I recommend that you just change it. For example, I'm gonna change it to selecting all headlines. Alright, so now I'm going to file, save, and now let me go to file, new, and let me change the language to CSS. Alright, so if we type in headlines, so you see right here it will show us the snippet. So now if you click on it or if you press enter, it should select all of the age 1 elements and it will add the brackets. So this is how you add more snippets. So we have created 2 snippets now. By the way, I will add this code to GitHub so you can fork it or use it, reuse the code. And it's really easy. You just copy it, alright, and paste it. And what you'll need to do is basically change the prefix and you add what you want. And if you want to add more snippets, you add a comma there and then you add the next one, alright, just like I did. Alright, so I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or thoughts or anything. I'll always be able to help you all. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next videos. I'm out.